Hey guys, it's Brandy. I want to talk about something that's important, and it's one of those things that one thought led to another and led to another. And I thought I'd do this video to share something with you guys because maybe somebody else is going through this now and needs this little word of advice. But I want to talk about insecurities, and I see people post all the time that, society is making women feel bad about themselves, and the images that are portrayed in magazines and movies and all this stuff is creating these insecurities and problems with young women. And I just want to say that I'm not really buying it. And here's why. Nobody can make me feel bad about myself. I do it all by myself. And you know what? Nobody can make me feel good about myself. I mean, yeah, I have some friends that can be encouraging and they can remind me of the good things about me when I start getting down. But my husband tells me all the time how wonderful he thinks I am. And you know what? Since we've been together, I've had periods when I was very insecure. And no matter what he said, no matter how much he showed me that he believes that I'm amazing, when I choose to focus on something that I hate about myself, he can't stop me. He can't stop me from feeling bad about myself. So I have learned to own that. I've learned to own my feelings because it's easy to get caught up in that. And I just kind of thought about a few little insights I had about myself dealing with my own insecurities. And I just thought maybe I'd share that with you and see if it helps somebody else deal with it. So what I found about myself is that there are things that I have disliked at one point or another about myself that fall into these three categories. There are things that I can change. There are things that I can fix. For instance, when I was young, I hated my teeth. And for like over a decade. And I hated them so much. I hated my smile so much that I didn't smile very often. And I'm a pretty optimistic person overall. I don't like looking miserable all the time, but I just hated my smile. And so what I did is I decided I wanted to do something about it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to fix it because I don't want to feel bad about this anymore. So I went and found a job where I had dental benefits. I didn't have those at my previous job. So I went and found a job where I would have dental benefits, and I worked overtime, and I went to a dentist once my benefits kicked in, and he sat down with me with this treatment plan, and the bottom line, the total, was about what I could use to buy a new car. And it kind of freaked me out. Like, this is some serious money. But I realized that if I'm willing to pay this, if I feel like a new car is worth this much money, and I might drive that new car for 3 years or 5 years or whatever, and then turn around and trade it in on another one once I'm tired of it, if that's okay, then why shouldn't I invest that much money in something that's going to make me feel better about myself for the rest of my life? That's pretty valuable too. And I noticed after I started with this, I worked really hard. And speaking of cars, I drove a little clunker car for a while. I bought this car for $800, and there was so much wrong with this car. Like, you had to do the thing where you push up on the window while you're holding the button to make the window go up. And there was just all sorts of stuff. If I hit a bump, the stereo would get staticky, and it would stay that way until I hit another bump just the right way, and then it would sound awesome. All sorts of stuff going on with this car. But I had a lot of important things I wanted to do with money, and I decided that it was worth it. So I drove that car for 2 years, and it helped me to accomplish so much in my life that really made a big impact, because I was saving that money that I would have been spending on a car payment. And my insurance was cheaper too, by the way. And I was able to funnel that into some things that really had a big impact. And that meant so much to me that this clunker car, that was really not worth that much, and some people would snub their nose at it. I cried when I had to sell that car after 2 years, because it really helped me to get where I wanted to be. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go into all that. Got a little sentimental. Anyway, so I found something that I wanted to change, and it took a lot to make it happen, but I did what I had to do to be able to change it. So that's one thing, things we can change. Then there's things that we can camouflage, things we can kind of distract from or cover up. If you've got dark circles and you hate it, if you've, like me, I've got the downward pointing eyes, and I don't hate that enough to go get surgery for it. But I can use a different makeup technique and kind of make everything look a little more lifted. I make my brows a little darker. I do the lash thing where it points up at the end, kind of the little faked out cat eye. And I make my eyeshadow. I do my eyeshadow different, and it kind of makes everything look a little more lifted. And that's enough. That's enough to make me feel better about it. So there's things that we just can't change. For instance, I am 5'1" and 3/4 inches tall. Can't change that. My son's going to be taller than me probably when he gets out of elementary school, which is kind of a little funny. But, and yeah, I could even find a solution for that. I could wear 6-inch heels every day, but I don't want to. I'm not going to chase my toddler in heels because I don't want to. It's not worth it to me. So I just have to accept that. I do not have the legs of a runway model. Never have. Never will. It's not going to happen. I could focus on it it would change my life if I had longer legs. But you know what? No, I'm not going to. We can make ourselves insecure about things that we really, nobody else cares. Nobody else even notices. Women have the capability to do that to ourselves. But just stop thinking about this as society making us feel that way. Your daughters, don't make sure what you're saying to them is in line with building their self-esteem and helping them learn how to do these things that I talked about. Because, I think our family is really where it starts. If you have a family that talks about your weight all the time, and everybody's, your mom's constantly picking at you about what you're eating and telling you it's going to make you fat, then you're going to start focusing on those kind of things more. So take care of the things in your own life that you can. Shift your focus about how you speak to your kids about what they should think about things. And stop judging everybody. Really, we're all in this together. I mean, come on, let's help each other out and build each other up. Let's quit tearing each other apart. You don't have to talk about how wide somebody's butt is to make you feel better about yours. You got your own stuff going on, girl. You don't need to worry about somebody else and what they got going wrong and what they got going on. So that's a few things that I think have really helped me come a long way. And I hope it helps somebody to get in a better place. If you know somebody that needs to hear about this, please feel free to share this with them. If you want to talk about it, if you've got something on your mind and you want to talk about it, get in touch with me. I'm all over the place. If you don't have my number, find me on Facebook and ask me for my number. Send me a message, whatever. And if you've got something that you want to fix that's going to cost some money that you don't have, and you want an opportunity to make some more money, and in a way that you can work around your schedule, I have an opportunity for you. You can make money As long as you have a computer.